Hey guys, let me just adjust my chair here. So I've been thinking about this over the last couple of days, and there are a lot of videos and posts going around from the Latino and the Latinx and Hispanic communities about asking other communities, particularly the Black community, for community because of what's going on with their communities due to deportation and everything. And so I've been thinking about this, and right now I'm still at the table with other people now that the answer is no. I and other people, before the election happened, told you this was coming. We told you. We even asked you to listen to the words that were coming out of his mouth. And everybody said, well, that's just his rhetoric. That's just his style. That's just what he's doing. We told you. We told you, and you fed on the lies. You did. You fed on the lies. And then your segment of the electorate gave him more votes than any other segment of the electorate except the white electorate. And I would remind you that for the most part, this is the only country on the planet that talks about race. That talks about race. And there are reasons for that, but that's a topic for another day. But I'm telling you, we told you. In fact, most of you said that Kamala Harris was dumber than a box of rocks. I saw the videos. I saw people say this on news panels, saying that she was dumber than a box of rocks. And this is the result. You fucked around, and now you're in the find out stage. So guess what? Black people have known about this for centuries. Black people as a whole have suffered for centuries. We know the lesson of having to work 2, 3, 4 times harder than somebody else. Has it gotten easier? For some sections of the country, yes, it has. But for most people, no, it has not. No, it has not. And so today, I'm going to say this today. It may change tomorrow. It may change 5 minutes after I finish this video. But for today, you do not get grace from me. You don't, because we tried to tell you. And so now the result is you get to suffer along with the rest of us. You do. You get to suffer along with the rest of us because you thought that it was about the economy. You thought that if you voted for him, the price of eggs would come down, gas prices would come down, you'd be able to have affordable housing. Who actually gave you a plan for that? Not him. It was the woman that you said was dumber than a box of rocks. So this is the result that you get. And so for today, you are going to have to learn the lesson the way that we have been made to learn the lesson for centuries. There will be no grace given to you today. After you've learned that lesson, come back to the table again and tell us that you've learned that lesson, that you understand the mistake that you made, that you understand the plight that we are in, and then we will talk about what things that we can do again to stop the MAGA regime. But again, until then, there will be no grace given to your community today because you didn't give us community. I'm sorry. For those of you who did vote for Kamala Harris and are suffering for that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry this is happening to you. You listened and you did everything that you can do to stop this from happening. For those of you who sat on your hands and sat on your asses and didn't even vote, I have one thing for you. You did this. You are responsible for this as well. And there are those who sat on their asses on home from every section of the electorate. There were women who sat at home, men who sat at home, Hispanics who sat at home, white people who sat at home, black people who sat at home, gay people who sat at home. There were gay people who voted for Trump. There were organizations of gay people who voted for Trump. But because of all of those people, all of those groups, we all have to suffer now. Now that finger may get me put in YouTube jail, or maybe even Facebook jail, or even Instagram jail. Probably not blue sky jail. But this is just how I feel in this moment. This is how I feel in this moment. But I have to remind you, it's not that we have to suffer through this for 4 years. We have an opportunity in 2026 to create our own upheaval and take back the House and take back the Senate and make him a truly lame duck president. You cannot forget any of this. So the rest of us who have been doing these videos, and there are people who are more intelligent, have been doing this type of content since Trump's first presidency, who are more professional about this than I am, that you can actually look at their YouTube videos and their posts on social media that will tell you the same thing. We don't have to wait 4 years. The 2026 cycle is coming up soon. There are people who need to run for office. I've reached out to a couple of people who I think would actually be great on the local level, and I hope they consider it. But all of us have a part to play in this. And it's not sitting on your hands or sitting on your ass. There's a part for all of us to play. So I'm just going to let you marinate on that. Like I said, I may do another video saying that, yeah, it's time for us to come together. Truly, you don't have, unless you have blinders on and are deaf and blind, any thinking person could understand that the Democratic caucus in this country is so disjointed, it's not even funny. I see posts on Facebook now from people that I follow on Facebook who are actually progressives who don't call themselves Democrats, who are far left progressives, who are actually talking crap about the Democrats. And I would remind them, you are entitled to your opinion, but we don't have that luxury just yet. You do not have your own party yet. You don't. And I'm not going to allow you or anybody at the far right side of the Democratic Party to upend this so that the MAGA regime can continue. I will not allow it to the best of my ability. And you shouldn't either. But I'm even upending my own video. That's not what this is about. So again, today, there will be no grace given because the shelf is empty. Come back when you have learned this lesson and you understand the plight that we have been under. And again, I'll remind you, not days, not weeks, not months, not years, centuries. Centuries. If you can learn this one lesson then, because I don't want you to have to learn that lesson to be under that type of oppression for years and centuries. I just need you to understand, and then you can come back and we can talk. Then you will understand that we have a common enemy, and that is the Trump administration. Have a good day and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and just marinate on this.